What's up, YouTube family? Wolf God the Prophet here. Something was on my mind this morning. Somebody asked me on Instagram, what's the pros and cons of the dumpster rental business? Figured I'd make a video about it, pros and cons. I got a few drop-offs today. The first one is the beach. First tip of the day. You guys are taking customers over the phone. Make sure you Google search their address to see how far it is. I only go out 20 miles, 22 miles in that range. This first customer I got, they got me. End up being 30 miles away from my house, but I charged accordingly. So pros and cons, we're gonna talk about that today. Drop this dumpster off and we're gonna get into the pros and cons. I wasn't able to get no footage of me dropping the dumpster off. The whole family was outside. I guess they was amused by me, somebody backing the dumpster up in their driveway. So they was watching me like a hawk. So I wasn't able to get no footage of that. But let's talk about the pros first before we get to the cons of the dumpster rental business. The first pro that come to mind, and this is my favorite one, is depending on how early you start. I usually start about 8 a.m. and I usually be done for the day between 10:30 and 11:30. So that's great. You can't beat that, especially if you're coming from a 9 to 5. You was working 10-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts overnight. I mean, you really can't beat that. You can get home I usually get home at 11:30, 12 o'clock every day. You know, just depending on if everything go right. If I run into some complications, it'd be about 12:31. But you can't beat that, and that's on a super busy day. On a normal day, I usually get home about 10:30, 11 o'clock. That's probably one of my favorites when it comes to the dumpster running business. One of my favorite pros. Now, the next thing I like about this business is you can make side money doing junk removal. I actually got one on the schedule today, so I'm about to grab some gas real quick. Let's ride over here and see what we got to pick up. That $35 is lovely. I plan on upgrading the diesel, so I don't even want to know how much that costs to fill up. Let's go check out this junk customer needs picked up, and let's go from there. This is what we got. I charged the customer $150 to pick this up. Just a bunch of empty cardboard boxes, and as you can see, I don't even have a dumpster to put this in. I figure I can get it all in the back of my truck. So let's load this up real quick and take it to the dump. 150 easy. Took me 10 minutes. I probably could have broke those boxes down some more, but who got time? These little trash and stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up for the customer. All my dumpsters I sold out, and I was able to make 150. That took me about 10 minutes to do, and it's still only 10:30 in the morning. So I'm about to go dump this. Also, in my last video, I told you guys to get a list of landfills, and this is the reason why. It's a landfill not too far from over here. It's free. You just have to unload it yourself. But I mean, it's free. So I made 150 off of it. Let's go take it to the dump and see how long it takes me to dump. The second pro that I like about the dumpster rental business. So I ran into a problem, and this is a good learning experience for myself and for those starting the dumpster rental business. Like I said in my last video, I said gather that list of landfills so you can know what they take, what they don't take, what area, what time they open, what time they close. I knew it was a landfill over here, but guess what? They don't open till 12 o'clock. If I would have had that list in my car or handy, I probably would have scheduled the customer around 12 o'clock. Since now that I didn't do that, I gotta drive cross town to take this to the dump because I'm not waiting an hour or 2 hours for the landfill to open. Tip of the day: get the list of those landfills, write it down on a piece of paper, what time they open, how much they cost, is it free, what they take, what they don't take. Keep that list handy, keep it in your phone, wherever. You won't be wasting time and gas like I just did. I would have scheduled that customer around 12 o'clock if I would have just took the time to, I knew it was over there, but if I would have just took the time to look it up or had it on me handy, I would have known they open at 12 and I would have saved some time. But you live and you learn. So I'm gonna go try to find this dump real quick, and we're gonna get back to the pros and cons of dumpster in the business. Sorry y'all, they wouldn't let me record. I'm gonna have to go buy a GoPro, but I'm gonna let y'all take a peek how it is. It took me about 5 minutes to unload everything. You just pull up to the back of one of these dumpsters, and it's free. This is, I guess you can call this a transfer station. I don't bring my dumpsters here. Simply because, you know, they don't allow dumpsters and all that, from what I've read. But if you got a few things, you can bring it up here and you just have to unload it for yourself. But this is it. That's it. Took me 10 minutes. Okay, the time is 11:30 and I am done for the day. Can't beat that. So I probably would have been done an hour early, but like I say, I took that dumpster, which was about 30 miles out. I did charge accordingly, so when you guys taking customers, make sure you GPS it. Just make sure, you know, to see if it's not out your way. I don't really go 25, you know, but I will go 30 miles, I guess. What's 5 extra miles? Another pro to this business is run this business by yourself. You don't need any employees. If you do decide to do junk removal on the side, I don't take junk removal jobs if it's going to require 2 or more people. But if that's something you want to do on the side and you want to, you know, not limit yourself to certain jobs, you may need to hire 1 to 2 people. But as far as the dumpster rental side, you don't need any employees. This is a one-man band, and I like that about it. Another pro to this business is that, well, you can kind of take this with a grain of salt, is that the demand for dumpsters is high. I've only been doing it for a few months now, and we're coming up on the winter time. I'm in Georgia, so we don't really have a winter, I guess, you know, like up north. So I'm not sure what the demand will be when the winter time, but I do know in the summertime demand is very high. So I'm not even advertising right now, and I'm still telling people no because I don't have enough dumpsters. On the con side of things, and you guys can take this with a grain of salt, but I haven't really ran into things I really don't like about the business besides the maintenance on the dumpsters and the truck. You put a lot of miles on your truck. I don't know if that's a con. I guess you can consider that a con, but you put a lot of wear and tear on your truck, put a lot of wear and tear on your dumpsters. I think every day I just kind of worry about, you know, truck breakdown, or if I get into an accident, somebody hit me from the back, somebody hit my dumpsters from the back. And that's the kind of thing that you constantly worry about, especially being small and just starting out, because all it takes is for somebody to hit my truck and I'm gonna be out of commission until I'm able to get back on my feet. That's about the only thing that really concerns me, or the only thing that I think about on a negative end when it comes to the dumpster rental business. But take that with a grain of salt. I only been doing it for a couple of months now. I'm gonna continue to be transparent with you guys, continue to update you guys. I'm gonna continue to show you guys my journey, you know, from starting from scratch. Anybody can do this business. It don't take rocket science. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next video.